Hello all! Today I'm unboxing and taking a quick look at Resist, which is a solo game, somewhat of a solo war game of sorts. This is from David Thompson, Roger Tankersley, and Trevor Benjamin. And it deals with a topic that I don't know if there's any other topics that cover this area, but we're dealing with the Spanish Civil War. Actually, after the Spanish Civil War, the group of like freedom and democracy fighters that fought against the Francoist regime after after the Spanish Civil War and up to and past the past World War II. And what this game is covering their efforts. This is an interesting topic. There are some similar topics out there. Dealing with the French resistance, during World War II, you have La Resistance, and then you have Maquis, which deals with the French resistance during World War II, and again is a solo game, which draws some comparisons with this game, in that this is a solo game as well, but this one is dealing primarily with cards, and Maquis was really dealing with kind of a board and kind of a movement mechanism on the board and actions. Take a look at the back of the box here. And as we can see here, it says, after the Spanish Civil War, a group of loyalists to the Republic known as Maquis continue to fight for democracy and freedom. Resist is a solitaire card game where you fight against the Francoist regime through different missions. You lead a group of brave Maquis determined to accomplish these missions, defeat enemies, and protect civilians. And you get an example of some of the cards that you have in there. And again, this is one player, solo play, 30 minutes, and age 10. So not too complicated in here. David Thompson is kind of a wonderkin right now of designing with a lot of different games in the war game space, but different approach to it. He's not doing your traditional hex encounter. In fact, I don't think he's done anything that's even close to a traditional hex encounter yet in the war game space. And you might not say this is a war game, but it is dealing with a conflict that took place again post Spanish Civil War up to, I think, past World War II is when this took place. So you got your scenario book here right off the top. It's color. It's the same size as the box. And it looks like we're looking at 15 pages here. So you got your scenarios. There's 8 standalone scenarios. So that's quite a bit of gameplay there. And the scenario is going to tell you your setup and any kind of special rules and give you a context and then ending the game. So you're going to have 8 of these scenarios here. Then you got your historical campaign, the liberation of Spain. So this is interesting. So you got historic scenario 1, historic scenario 2. So you got more than 8 scenarios in here. Historic scenario 3. And you have like a player aid here. Okay, cool. That's interesting. Did not know that was in there. Here's your rule book. And again, you have that round summary again on the back. I like when they use the back page for something other than just fluff, because then you can use it as a player aid. It looks like we're at 15 pages of this as well. You've got an FAQ here at the back. Let's see what the rules look like here. You've got your history, components. As you can see here, let's take a look at some of the components here. Looks like there's a defense value, there's an effect, there's civilian cards. These are enemy cards, these are civilian cards. Here's a player aid. We have some mission cards, we have some spy cards. Then we have the Maquis cards, 24 of those. And I think there's a mechanism in here that there's 2 sides. One side has a better ability, but once you use it, you can't use it anymore, or it's exhausted or something like that, or it's revealed, I guess. And then the other side is you can use it more, but it's not as, maybe not as effective or as efficient. Here's your setup for the game. And again, this is a card game, so there's no board. You'll be putting the cards out and playing them in kind of a sequence. And again, this is a solo game, so when I say a card game, it's card based, but it's solo. You're not playing against somebody. So playing the game, you have plan, attack, aftermath, and recover. So that's going to be your sequence. You got your plan here, attack here, aftermath, and recover. Then you have ending the game, and then what points you score. So this is basically a solo game where you're going to, it's like a beat your score type situation. You're going to have to see how many points you score during the game, and then I'll tell you how well you did, either draw all the way up to epic victory. And it has an example of play in here. That's kind of nice. I like it when they have examples of play. And it's going to go through the different stages. Then you have the frequently asked questions. So there you have it. That's the rules. Got some silica here. We got cards here. These are oversized cards. See if there's a little tab there. See if I can get to that tab. Yep, might not be able to get to that tab. They look so inviting, but then you can't. There we go, got it. These are nice cards. Very nice, good size. Thin, but good size cards. I like the graphics. Don't know if there's like a texture on that. They're not normal size, so if you want to sleeve these, you're going to have to get some extra large sleeves. So here's some of the Maquis here. They have some different abilities on there. Quite a few of those. I think there's 24 in there. And then you have your missions. Not going to go through each one of these, but you get an idea that the art is consistent. I like the art. Sometimes you get a game and the art is a little off between the different sets of cards, and these all look very internally consistent, like that. We have some smaller cards here. It's a different kind of paper on there. Anyway, so here's your player aid. You only need one, right? Because it's one player. So there's your player aid, your plan, attack, aftermath, and recover, the 4 stages. Here's some civilian cards. Here are some of the enemy cards here. They have like a defense value and then a special event or effect. You got multiples of some, and then different ones. So there you have it. There's been some videos on gameplay. I'm going to probably watch those again before I play this game, but everything that I've gotten so far from Mr. Thompson has been very enjoyable, very interesting, and he does focus quite a bit on solo play. Not all his games, but quite a few of them. So this is Resist. So right out of the box, the cards look nice. I like the components. The rules don't look overly complex. There's not a lot of information on the cards, so that makes it easy to play. Although in a solo game, you could probably put more information on a card and get away with it. It's a solo game. That's also a plus for me. Now that some of my little chickadees are leaving the nest, or starting to. And then the topic's a good one. I am a sucker for a rarely covered or an obscure or something that is not well known type topic. And this is something that I haven't really uncovered anything on. I mean, there wasn't a lot of games on the French Resistance. I mean, there's more than the ones I showed you, but that was kind of a rare topic, and this one has even even rarer, I guess, if that's the way I want to say it. Anyway, so that's what you get in a box of Resist. Looking forward to playing that and seeing what I can do with that, and how, if I can get my epic score on. Love to know your thoughts on this. This has been out for a little bit. I think this is being second printing or something like that. So I think this is now just hitting back out to the markets. Love to know what you think about this. And if you're interested in it or have played it, what your thoughts are. Love to know what they are. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. Have a good one. Thanks for watching.